As many of you may or may not know, I got into this whole fatherhood talking about because I was lucky enough to have an amazing family and an amazing dad. My dad had passed away just a while ago, but I thought if there's anyone I'd love to talk to, it'd be my dad. So what I've done is we're going to have a little chat with my son, Weston, a little chat with my daughter, Addie, and then I'm going to have a little chat with my dad. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, welcome to the Napcast. Nice to have you here, buddy. So you're going to be the one asking me questions today?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's let her rip.
What is the silliest thing you remember us doing together?
We have done lots of silly things. I think when I think about you and me doing things that make me just feel funny, it's the crazy shots, the crazy flukes that we always have.
Yeah, that where I tried to throw it over Gio's head, hit the frame of the door and went in your jacket pocket.
Yeah, that's a great one. Or when you were walking to bed and you kept throwing the ball over your head and kept going in the hoop.
That was crazy.
Crazy.
You're like, oh, is this guy an alien?
Throwing the hat and landing straight on your head. Like those things happen all the time. I love those things.
What do you do at work?
What do I do at work? Well, you know what I do? I do things that make a positive impact in people's lives. That's what I try and do for business. And I like doing businesses with you because it's quite fun.
Yeah.
Because you know what I think is important when you're a dad?
What?
I think it's important to do the things that you love and to do them with your kids. Like we like to do business together. We like to play baseball together. Do you think that's pretty important, doing things that you like with your dad?
Yeah.
Cool. Hurting on your jaw again? You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what's next on the list?
What is it like to have the freedom to go out and do or pick up what you need?
Oh. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Yeah, it feels good. Sometimes it's fun because you get to do what you want. Sometimes you also have to do what you have to do. Like I can't not go out and get groceries and feed you guys. I have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes it feels like a chore, but most of the time it's quite fun. It's fun being an adult. Are you looking forward to being an adult?
Kind of.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be the best part about being an adult?
Not having to follow as many rules as I currently do.
Yeah, sure. So you getting to make your own rules is nice. What's next on the list? How are we doing?
Was there a time when something went wrong or you felt bad about something and you think you could have done something different?
Ooh, these are tough questions.
Yes, that's probably the hardest one.
Well, I can remember making a couple mistakes with you when you were a baby. Do you want me to tell you about them?
Yes, please.
Okay, well, I can remember one was when you were a baby. Not a baby, but very small. And we had some adult beverages. And I remember saying to your mom, you go sleep. I'll just fall asleep with Weston here on the couch. And then I woke up like an hour later and you were still on my chest. And I was like, I shouldn't be. This is not the smart thing to do. I remember taking you upstairs right away and putting you in your crib and stuff. But I can remember that it's hard to not, like, you know, when you go to do something, usually we tell you what it's going to be like. We want to make sure you understand, or we can teach you something before you go. But when you have a baby, no one teaches you anything. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one says, hey, this is how you're supposed to do this and this. You just have to kind of figure it out. So I think every dad makes a bunch of little mistakes, but I think I've been doing pretty good so far. How do you think? So far, so good?
Yeah.
All right. What's next on the list?
If this podcast episode goes viral, what do you want to say to the world?
I would say that you have a long time as a dad to figure it out. Instead of trying to be perfect from the beginning and getting crushed with all the failures and mistakes you make, like feeding your baby too much, not enough, they're too cold, they're too warm, all those little things, to try and just go easy and take your time and do your best to be as honest with your kids as you are with yourself. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. What is, sorry, can you repeat that question to me again?
Which one?
The one you just asked me?
If this podcast episode goes viral, what do you want to say to the world?
Okay, well, if it went viral, what would you want to say to the world?
So I'm backfiring this question at you, and then you're backfiring it at me?
Okay, you're right. Never mind. It's all right. What's the next question?
Yeah, I got one more here.
Okay.
What is something you wish kids understood about being grown up?
Well, I guess it would be that parents usually try to do their best with what they've got and what they've learned. Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah.
Because I don't know everything. I might know a lot of things. I might know a lot more than you, but you also know a lot of things that I don't know. Right? So I think I try to take, and most adults try to take the information that they have and treat their kids and do the best they can to raise their kids. When I say like raise kids, what does it mean to you, like to get raised by your mom and dad?
Like you're the people who take care of me when I'm a little kid.
Yeah. Do you like it how we say team all the time?
Team.
Like, let's go team.
It can be good at times and not good at other times.
When's the time that it's good?
When one of us is down.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I think team, I like to use the word team a lot because I feel like family sometimes doesn't really describe what it means to be all together. Family to me is like all of us loving each other, having a great time. But team, I think, is when we're all trying to support each other and help each other. Like, let's go, team.
Isn't that what family is?
Like the same thing, yeah. But I think team is easy to understand. Do you think that there are ways that mom and dads help you the most? Like, what are the ways that like I help you if you need help?
Usually telling me something, like, or helping me take a lid off of something, or telling me how to do something.
Yeah.
Or why something isn't working.
Sure. No, that's great. I think it's interesting to me because dads and parents, we think so hard and worry so much about you guys, about in every little way, right? How you're feeling, what you're eating, what you're doing with your time, where you're going. We think about it all the time. And it's interesting because when I ask you that question, how do we help you out and stuff, you don't, the things that we think are the most important aren't the things that you think are the most important. It's interesting, hey? Like, like when you say, hey, Dad, let's go play some catch, I feel like that's a really important part for us. How we hang out, how we, like, communicate. Just throwing a ball around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because your arm's getting stronger and stronger and stronger, hey?
One of the many reasons you needed a catcher's glove.
One of the many reasons. All right. Well, hey, that was great. Thanks for having me as a guest on your podcast.
That was your podcast.
Yeah, it's my podcast, but you're asking all the questions. All right. Thanks. Good job, buddy. Addie, welcome to the Napcast. How was your day going so far?
Good.
Yeah? What was your favorite thing about today so far?
Playing on the field and the playground at the baseball park.
Do you think that you get all of your crazy monkey skills from your mom or your dad?
Both.
Both? Well, what part is the part that you get from mom?
I think. I think it's just. I forgot. I don't know.
Okay. Is there a part of your monkey bar skills that you get from your dad?
Sort of.
Sort of?
Not really, though.
Okay, that's fine. Can I ask you a couple more questions about what it's like to have a mom and dad? Yeah, what do you like? What do you like about having a mom and dad?
They keep me safe.
Okay, how do we do that?
I don't know.
Okay, so is it more of just like a feeling? You feel safe?
Yeah,
That's cool.
guess so.
Okay. Do you do you think that there's something that I do that you really love that I do?
Pushing me high on the swings and being really crazy.
Yeah, I like being crazy. It's fun.
Me too.
Yeah, I know. I think that we're kind of the same that way, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you, I think, to me, are like my personality twin.
No.
No?
No twin.
Not twins?
No, definitely not. Definitely not close, not.
Well, not by looks, but by personality.
Sort of.
Sort of. I bet you, I bet you if I had to do an Addie impression and you had to do a dad impression, we'd both do a really good job. Do you want to do...
But I'd basically not be able to speak when I was doing it.
Okay, well, what do you think, do a small impression of me? Can you do one of me?
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's a tough question. Can you tell me what your favorite things are that I do for you?
Push me on the swing.
So the swing is the number one? Yeah. Do you think a lot about the past, like things that happened to you a long time ago?
Well, sometimes, but not all the time.
What are some of the things that you think about when you think about things that happened a long time ago?
I do not know. I only know when I feel it. I can't tell when I don't feel it.
Okay.
This bumblebee is very scaring me right now.
Oh, where is he? Oh my gosh, that is a humongous bee. Thanks for pointing him out to me. Do you like flowers?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, me too. Do you have a favorite flower?
Well, I have a lot of favorite flowers. But I think number one is, tulips.
Tulips?
I really like tulips.
Do you, if you made all the rules, say that you made all the rules in our whole house for everything.
Okay.
Okay, sounds like fun. What are some of the rules that you'd make?
Dessert for breakfast and then healthy food after dessert.
That'd be nice. Have you had the dessert first, then the healthy food?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that I give you too many sweets or not enough sweets?
In the middle.
In the middle? Okay, good. That's what I'm trying to do. That's great.
Well, like, this is too less, this is middle, this is too much.
Okay.
It's right, it's here and here. Like,
Okay.
you're sometimes it's in the middle, and sometimes it's here, sometimes it's down here.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. I think it's interesting. Do you notice, like, I do my best to try to make sure that you're happy. Mm-hmm. Does it feel that way to you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Like, sometimes I notice it and sometimes I don't. But if I concentrated a bit more on it, I think I would know.
Okay. What are some of the ways that you do know, or what is one single way you know that I try to make you happy?
That's hard. That's a very hard question.
Okay. Well, this is not a lot of easy questions on the Napcast, just the hard ones. Okay, how about I give you a really easy question?
Okay.
Do you like it when I tickle your hips or your armpits?
That is a very hard question.
They're a hard question. I told you, they're hard questions.
But neither.
Okay, that's fair. Do you like to, what are the things that you like to do together, that we do together?
Go to the beach.
Yeah, that's a great one. Well, that's great. Going on the beach is awesome. Can I ask you one of these questions that I have written down?
Okay.
What do you think I do all day when I'm not around? If I'm out somewhere, what do you think I'm doing?
Getting food or getting wine from Mom. Or going to the grocery store.
Okay, that's a great answer.
Or going to meetings.
Yep, I think that's
Or going to the, wait, what's it called again? ADHD.
Oh yeah, like working on that stuff?
Yes.
What do you think ADHD is? Okay, talk about it.
I don't know.
Well, do you like the little cards that I have?
Really?
Okay, well, what is it that you like about them?
I think they're just fun if you do them with me.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and I'll make them real easy, okay? Are you having a good time so far?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what the earliest memory you have is? How young can you remember yourself being? Maybe close your eyes and think, what do you remember?
I think I remember when I the latest I remember, does pictures count?
Sure, baby.
Well, maybe 1 or 2 or 0.
Okay.
Like if I may have seen myself in 0
I think
on pictures.
Yeah, you've got that one picture of you when you were brand new. What do you think was around before you were here?
Weston, you, and Mom.
Yeah, that's the check marks. Yeah. You like check marks? What are the ways that you can show someone that you love them?
Hug.
Check. What are some ways that you can show people?
Play with them.
Play with them. Great.
Wait, is that a check?
Oh,
or
pardon
not
me.
Check?
Check. Well, that's one more. Give me one more. One more way you can show someone that you love them.
Play card games with them.
I think people feel really loved when they're playing card games. I agree. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple.
Wait, check or not check?
Check. Knowledge plus what equals power?
Action.
Yeah, it's a smart cookie, aren't you? Okay, well, I wanted to tell you that it's been how many years that you've been alive now?
6.
6. Okay, now I want you to know that for these last 6 years, it's been a real treat for me to be your dad. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that I love you?
Wait, maybe.
Maybe?
Yes, maybe.
Why maybe?
Actually, yes. Well, maybe.
Maybe. Do you think that I tell you I love you too much or not enough?
Sometimes it gets a bit overwhelming when you ask me like that, like 100 times in a row.
Oh, when I tell you I love you too
Yes.
much? Yeah, I know. I can't help it sometimes. You have stuffies, then you must love some of your stuffies.
Definitely, and also my blanket.
Yeah, you love your buoy, right? You love that.
Yes.
Do you tell your buoy you love it?
No.
Oh, I guess that would be kind of weird. Eh?
Well, I do that sometimes,
Yeah.
but I do it in a different way than other people would.
Okay. Can you give me an example?
No,
Okay, no problem.
definitely not.
And can you, I know that feelings and emotions are pretty important, don't you think so?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Can you tell me some of your, like, second step stuff? Can you tell me some of the ways that you think about feelings?
Wait, what did you say?
Well, you're so good at describing feelings. Now, we talked a while ago about what, can you describe, like, being happy? What does being happy feel like?
Good.
Good?
Sometimes bad, sometimes good.
Oh, you can be sometimes happy and bad at the same time?
Yeah, like if I'm listening to music and I'm happy, I sometimes get mad.
Oh.
Yeah. Like music sort of controls my feelings.
Well, you know what? I think that happens to a lot of people. So, is that why you like listening to rock and roll so much? Because you
yeah.
get good. What kind of feelings do you have when you listen to the rock and roll?
It makes me happy. I like sometimes when it makes me angry. But as soon as it stops, I freeze. Like seriously.
Yeah.
And then when Mom says time to go, I unfreeze when
Okay.
people talk.
Yeah, I know you said sometimes like you zone out when music's on. I'm the same way.
like-
I love it. Oh, like that? That's a zone out look?
And then I turn my head to the window of the car.
Yeah.
Because we barely listen to music in the house.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, I guess you don't listen to too much. Do you like it when I play guitar for you?
Yes.
That's cool. Do you know that you used to not like it when you were a baby?
What?
Yeah, you'd say, Dad, stop guitar. No guitar, Dad. No guitar. Now you like it? Okay, well, that's great. Is there anything that you want to tell me?
Not exactly. But I do have a question that I could tell you right now.
Sure, what is it?
After this and Sam leaves, can you ask me a couple questions, but like just with like,
Just you and me?
yeah,
Okay.
and without all this stuff.
Okay, I'd love to.
And, like, and I could get a piece of paper, and if you say check, I'll write down a check mark.
Okay, that sounds like a wonderful idea.
So that this would be nothing. If this, I would totally forget this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, good news. We have this. It's going to be really fun because as you get older, you'll be able to look back and listen to some of these cool answers. You happy with that?
Dad, I just told you.
Oh,
I can't remember that long.
deal. Well, good news. Can I tell you something?
What? Can we do that paper check thing?
Yeah, sure. Do you know I love you?
Yes.
Check. Good news. I know you love me too. Deal? Okay. Love you, honey. You're done. That's it. Okay. Well, Dad, I know that you're not here in the flesh. I'm sorry to say, but we've got you here in picture, and I thought it would be. It would make a lot of sense for me to have a chat with you. Now, because you're not here, I feel like there's still a lot of value in me talking to you because that's what I do now. There's a real correlation between how little we talk about babies with each other as guys, but there's also equally as little we talk about loss, like losing your dad and what that's like. So first I wanted to start with that one, is that losing your dad was hard for ways I didn't expect it to be hard. One was the obvious ways. Because of cancer, we had time for a year to understand and to know that we'd be losing you, and that in itself was, in a very odd way, a bit of a blessing. That we all got to be there to say goodbye, to listen to you crack jokes right till the end. It was awesome. But I think the way I talk about it the most is that just like I felt a real tether between myself and Weston when I first had the boy, I felt that same thing with you when you were no longer here. It was just sort of like someone snipped that little tether and you realize that, oh man, it's not you and me anymore. It's just me. No matter how much I think about you, how much I talk to the kids about you, I painfully understand now that I don't get to call you for help when I'm fixing something in the garage. And it's tricky. I think the trickiest part is how much I miss you when you don't get to, and how do you solve that pain? How do I do that? And the way I do that is just through talking about you and talking to you. Because I remember when my grandpa died, your dad, I remember you saying to me very looking at me in the eyes once and saying, I hope that you just don't forget him, because I was 12 when he passed away and Weston was 7 when you passed away. But we talk about you all the time. I ask them questions about you. I try to keep you as fresh as I can because of your importance to them. And I think the importance really comes from words that I never gave enough credence to before. Like what it means to have lineage, to be a caretaker for your family, just to have you as like the elder, right? What does it mean to hand down things from generation to generation? The importance of that, and I know that it means a lot. It means a lot that they know where I came from, and why that you are such a big part of their lives. I know that you'd love to be here to take credit for all this in your so lovely way, but there are so many things that I wrote in my book that I think are really just a reflection of my experience with you. Your ability to always be so calm no matter what the circumstance is such a strength that I see in so few people. Your ability to always be positive without having to be showy about it. You were just this guy that I walked around with this presence of being comfortable around. I would see it in other people when they looked at you when we'd go somewhere, do something, or say something. You would see people's eyes light up when you walked into that room, and it's something that's extremely special. What's really interesting is as much as I grew up just wanting to be you as a dad, not you as your occupation, but like I just wanted to embody you as much as I could. I realize now, unfortunately, how it doesn't get to work that way, that I am unique in my situation and in my surroundings, that I live a much different lifestyle than you led as a lifestyle. My kids spend way more time with me than I got to spend time with you. I think because of that, there's a much different relationship that we have. The kids look at me very much like a friend and a buddy. And it's interesting to do that, because I feel like you look at your dad as an example, or I sure did with you. And so the ways I just know that my foundations that come from you are the things that you can't teach sometimes. Do I love my partner? Yeah. Awesome. Do I talk with her and communicate with her? You bet. Do I show the kids that I love them? 100%. And sometimes the things I know you wish you did that you couldn't do, I make sure I do with the kids. If Weston ever says to me, hey, do you want to play catch? I know that you wanted to 1,000 times when I would ask you that question, but I know that you just finished working for 12 hours or it was time for a nap to get some rest for you. So I make sure that if he ever asks me that question, that the answer is yes. Doesn't matter what time it is, 8 p.m. at night when he's supposed to be going to bed or first thing in the morning. I love saying yes because that's my way of honoring us in our relationship. And as I've talked to lots of dads over the last couple weeks and longer, I've realized just how special it is to have a great dad, and that you're a great dad because of who you were, not because you checked certain boxes. You didn't breastfeed me, thank goodness. You didn't do so many things that people would associate with technically being a great dad. But you were just a great dad because you were always there. I never worried about if you were there or not. I knew that I was loved by you, regardless of what happened in my life. And I knew that I had support. I had the support to do what I wanted to do and make the choices I wanted because I knew that you would be there if things didn't work out or if they went sideways. Like moving out really young and moving back home a week later, and you weren't like, I told you so. You were just like, welcome home. Nice to have you back. And I think those are the greatest gifts that you can give your children is the feeling of comfort, the feeling of support, and I got your back, and trust. And those are things that I just always had with you. I always found it amazing that I never had a fight with you. Like not once. Not once did you and I ever yell at each other. Did I ever think that you were just being so mean or so offside? Like there was just this beautiful evenness keel to you, and it's a real blessing. A little update for you. Things are great with me and Michelle, which you said that they would be, and they are going great. She continues to be an amazing mother and an inspiration and a great choice. So I'm thankful for that from you. The kids themselves are doing better than I even expected. Weston's making the All-Star team with baseball. Your parting last joke that you wouldn't get to see is you wouldn't get to spend his signing bonus might be coming to fruition. So I'll keep working on it for you, and I'll happily spend it for you. And Addison is beyond a smart cookie. Her teachers use the word gifted, which I find is hard to wrap my head around. And I think overall, the life that we're living is a life that's been blessed because you gave us the chance to do it. You were always there for us, and for that, there's no way that I could thank you enough. When I wrote the book, I dedicated it to you because really, you are a big reflection of your own dad, and you can make your own choices as you go, but there is a lot of you that is just copied onto me, and I know that, and it's something that I will never take for granted. I'll always be so thankful for the opportunity that you and I had to be father and son. The way we did our best to always stay in touch, even if we weren't in touch because we lived in different cities. When the chances we got to spend time together were the best. The experiences that we had with you, the one-on-one chances that we got to spend time, the fishing in the boat, the playing a bit of golf here and there, and basically just being able to be your son was more than lucky, more than a blessing. It was a real heaven-sent gift. So thanks. It's been great. Absolutely great.